What's going on, Assassins? It's Dark Strider, and some of the things that are going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows are really, really getting out of hand. The latest controversy is actually friend of the channel, good friend of mine, brother, Scatha, got to play Assassin's Creed Shadows early. And as he was playing, he's having a good time, he's doing all these things, he's wrecking all these people and stuff like that. He actually entered a religious temple in the game as Yasuke, and he destroyed things in the temple. He slayed some of the monks that were in there. And now the discourse is that they allow you to purposely do this. That Yasuke, his whole mission is to do the absolute most to offend on purpose the Japanese. That they have no respect for their culture, for their religion, for their temples, for their history, all kinds of things like that. And it blows my mind. Number one, in case you didn't know, you cannot enter any home without removing your shoes in the game. So, I mean, that is a minute detail that you may pass over, and it may annoy you because you're like, man, I don't want to go inside this place because I got to take off my shoes. Now I got to wait for like a 30-second, animation of my character removing their footwear when they enter something, but that's traditional, and they went with it. Now, not to defend that, but, if you're looking at all these little nitpicky things and you seriously believe that the whole point of Yasuke in the game is to offend and, to destroy and really just stick it to the Japanese, you're out of your mind. You clearly have not seen what goes on in the Assassin's Creed series. Okay? Now, if any of you have played Assassin's Creed 2, if any of you have the Ezio trilogy, number one, I strongly suggest you pick it up because it's really good. Number two, if you play AC2, Ezio's family is murdered by Rodrigo Borgia. He's a Templar. He has this plot. All of a sudden, he becomes Pope of the Catholic Church. Literally, the Pope. One of the strongest or most talked about religions in the world. Recognized. And his mission is to go and assassinate the Pope. Go into the church, inside the church, and assassinate the Pope. And you know what? It doesn't stop there. Rodrigo Borgia and his son Cesare are both actual people. They both existed. They are real characters. Well, not characters, but people in real life. They really did exist. They are historical figures. Now, as far as everything goes, we have, Rodrigo Borgia. He became Pope Alexander VI, head of the Catholic Church and ruler of the Papal States from August 11th, 1492 until his death in 1503. And no, he was not assassinated by Ezio. He was not assassinated by an assassin. You know what he died of? Malaria. That's what got him. Malaria. But in the game, Cesare chokes him and poisons him and kills him. So what are we going to say? Oh, maybe that was the cover-up story historically. Again, this is why I tell people, stop being silly. You do not play Assassin's Creed for the history. It's made up. No assassin went and murdered all of these fictional soldiers that you murder every day. Why aren't Italians upset that, like, oh my God, he went and he killed Italians? That's Italian on Italian violence. No, they don't do that. On top of that, Cesare Borgia also existed in real life. And you know what happens in this game? We throw him off a freaking building. That never happened in real life. Cesare Borgia was a Roman Catholic deacon cardinal and later an Italian condottiero, which I know I said that wrong. He's the illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI, Rodrigo Borgia, and was a sibling to Lucrezia Borgia. She actually existed as well. All right? This guy died. He bled out. And the reason he bled out, he did start all kinds of nonsense. He did actually, try to take over Rome. He besieged certain castles and whatnot. They actually took him out. He received a fatal injury from a spear. Ooh, a hidden blade stabbed him. That's what really happened. They're covering it up. He was injured by a spear, and then he died from bleeding out. All right? He was stripped of all his luxurious garments, valuables, and a leather face mask that covered half his face, which they assume he was disfigured, possibly by syphilis. So he doesn't even wear the mask in this game. He dies because Ezio throws him off of this bridge here. It's freaking crazy. It's crazy. Now, there are actual connections between him, Leonardo da Vinci, Niccolo Machiavelli. They all did exist. These are all actual people. Granted, we don't get to play as them, but we do see them historically, and a fictional assassin is involved with what's going on here. So, again, now knowing that, what do I do with that information? I am a Catholic. Should I now jump on the bandwagon of hating Ubisoft because they dared to rewrite history? As I clearly explained to you, they rewrote history to make Assassin's Creed 2. A bunch of events did not happen. The Pope was murdered. That's not what happened. They dared to say the Pope was a Templar. That did not happen. They claimed they used a real life character and they made him the villain. They made him a Templar. They made him a murderer, and then he becomes the Pope. Like, where are we going with this? Where is the smoke for that? In fact, it really does make me want to start an entire series where I'm going to go through each and every Assassin's Creed game, not just play it, but I'm going to go through it all and find all of the historical inaccuracies and lay it all out and ask the community, why are you not mad at this? You have all this smoke for Japan, but you don't have this smoke for all these other characters, all these other settings. Why? Why? Please, by all means, in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Is this an actual problem? Should they have not messed with the Catholic religion? What if they messed with other religions? What if they messed with, any other religion? And not just mess with it, because clearly they don't. They wrote a story. They tell you that it's fiction. You accept that it's fiction. You know you didn't murder all these people. I don't get it. Again, I use the example of Chris Redfield murdering a bunch of black people in Africa in Resident Evil 5. Okay? Leon S. Kennedy murders a bunch of Spanish people in the location where he is at on his quest to save the president's daughter, Ashley, murders a bunch of Spanish people, enters and desecrates churches several times. Also, he does that in Resident Evil 6. Nobody had smoke for that. What are we doing? Are we just looking for things to be upset about? I get upset when the game doesn't work. I get upset when we get excuses as to why we didn't get something that was promised. I get angry when we have a bunch of microtransactions and no real way to actually obtain gear for those who don't have a lot of income to spend on all those goodies that they want. That's where I get angry. So I don't know. I don't know. Something's not clicking where I'm not seeing why Shadows is so bad. Why we're looking for any little thing. Watermelons and cherry blossoms. A bug that wasn't in that region. All kinds of things like that. Are you serious? What are we doing? Where are we going as a society? Where are games going?
Does not make it your right.
That's why nobody is taking this seriously. Everybody is saying, you're just mad because there's a black guy in the game. Because that was the starting point. And the ending point is every little excuse, every little reason, every little minutia to just absolutely shit on the game. I am going to shit on the game when there's a reason to shit on the game. Not because I saw gameplay and it sucked. Here, look. We killed him. Anyway, that's all there is for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, write in the comments. Let me know what's going on. And, by all means, like and subscribe to this channel. It helps it out a lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.